Bad Larry.
Why have the variant covers been better than the main covers recently? This cover with Colossus is my favorite. This is what art should be like. It's a great balance between exaggerated proportions with exceptional detail. And who doesn't like that magic cover? I mean, come on, right? And the main cover by Tony Daniel is an example of when you make the proportions exaggerated, but you use a super boring position. And we have to address the elephant in the room. Greg Land is on the pencils. Uh-oh. But at least we're being told Cyclops is back in the story. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bad Larry Kingdom. I'm your host, Bad Larry, and today we are checking out X-Men number 34, titled Mark of Cain. These panels expose the weakness of Jed MacKay, a Canadian, being the writer. He just doesn't get some of these core American values, such as freedom of speech. The dude in the glasses and the blonde are arguing against and for this random statue of Bolivar Trask, the father of the Sentinel program, randomly popping up in the town square. MacKay confuses freedom of speech with hate speech and statues. Here's the thing: hate speech is free speech. It is what it is. They're just words. However, putting a statue in the town square is not free speech. That's a tangible object. It needs to go through the process of approval by the local government. If not, the city leaders will want it to be there. And we don't know who put this statue up. So it's not like it's illegal there. No matter what it represents, it's not free speech. It's littering is what it is. Agent Lundquist is here on babysitting duty as a punishment for being bitch slapped around by Cyclops earlier in this series run, and now he's just solo supervising this event with only this cup of coffee as his backup. Cain Marko, aka the Juggernaut, shows up in a suit as just a regular human exercising his constitutional rights to assemble. I want to point out the art fails here. Greg Land was obviously tasked to draw this up last minute, and this is where the errors occur. Lundquist is shown with a watch and these snake tattoos on the left panel, and then on the right, there's no watch and there's no tattoos. It's an easy thing to miss, but when you see it, it's really annoying. Also, the problem with Land's art is with the characters' faces. These eyes are always so squinty, and then everyone has these honker huge teeth like they're all wearing too big of veneers. Cain Marko joins the march because, well, he's a human. He's not a mutant. He doesn't have to listen to Agent Lundquist at all. And then, what's Lundquist going to do to him? Seriously. And then, to be honest, the story's kind of done here. Cain transforms into the Juggernaut. He's ordered by Cyclops to destroy this statue because, Cyclops knows these statues, these types of things, are the splinters that keep humans and mutants at odds with each other. So he sent Juggernaut to solo this statue. Should be easy work, right? Nope, this thing has some sort of force field on it. Punch after punch, nothing is getting through the force field. We see Juggernaut has been attacking this thing now for 2 straight hours. He threw Lundquist's car at it, destroyed the car, but not the statue. Again, we see Lundquist has no watch on his left wrist, but at least Land put on the tattoos. Also, Greg Land drew Lundquist too thin. Lundquist is a bit more jacked than this. The main point is Juggernaut knows that he's a bad guy at the core. So for him to be good, he needs Cyclops to let him know the right way. Juggernaut can't trust his own self. He trusts the leadership of Cyclops to do the right thing. This is proven when Juggernaut had killed Ocelot on a mission when Cyclops was not around. The problem is that Lundquist is also a bad guy, but Lundquist's leader, the Crimson Commando, is also a bad guy, which is why Lundquist looks pitiful. Now it's been 5 straight hours. Juggernaut's been punching this stupid statue. Old boy is protesting the statue because he doesn't want his tiny little sleepy town to only be known for Bolivar Trask living there for a short time period. The idea is that the past shouldn't follow you in the present and the future forever and ever. You should be able to determine your own present and your own future, make choices independent of the actions of your past. The helmets come off, sweat's dripping out of every pore because Juggernaut's been punching this thing now 7 hours straight, showing his real commitment to the mission. He is unstoppable. This lady comes up saying, Magneto was right. This crazy lady says hate is the way, because only one will survive, the humans or the mutants. And she's trying to get Juggernaut back on the human side because Juggernaut is not a mutant. So what does Juggernaut say to her? He tells her to shut the F up with your stupid ass. Now we see it's been 8 straight hours of Juggernaut punching the statue with nothing. When I think Juggernaut starts hallucinating as if the statue is talking to him, it's reflecting everyone's weaknesses. This is a scheme in order to humanize the Juggernaut, even though he is human. The colorist did a great job with these pages. It looks like the aura is literally leaving Juggernaut from failing to destroy the statue. One thing I cannot agree with is what the statue says, quote, I'm the mark of Cain. Your sin cannot be erased, end quote. This is why I believe this is all in Juggernaut's head. Juggernaut doesn't feel worthy to be a hero and on the X-Men from all the bad stuff he did in the past and the way is still being drawn to being bad at his core. But here's the deal. Juggernaut chooses to follow a leader who makes him better. That's a choice. And as a spiritual person, there is a figure who did die on a cross and was risen 3 days later so your sins could be forgiven and erased. So it is never too late. The past doesn't have to define your present or your future. Magic and Cyclops show up thinking Juggernaut should have had the job done by now. It's been 8 or 9 hours, right? Only to find an exhausted Juggernaut and the statue not destroyed. I like the way Greg Land drew Cyclops here on the left, with a bit of the longer hair, but he looks totally different on the right. It's these inconsistencies with Greg Land that are frustrating, knowing that this dude has been a Marvel artist for ages. Anyway, Cyclops quickly realizes the stupid statue has some sort of force protection on it after only one blast, and now they have to leave because Juggernaut is cooked. The whole point of this story is to show that Juggernaut, by his current actions, belongs on the X-Men team because he believes in Cyclops' judgment and leadership. He submits to being a soldier and he follows orders until a job is done or he's relieved of duty. There you go. Next issue, we see what looks like a showdown between the real X-Men and the knockoff X-Men, which I'm actually really looking forward to. I was pretty harsh on this issue, a D minus for the story. I thought it was pure filler unless you're a major Juggernaut fan, and even then, all you did was see him struggle physically and mentally. I thought the art was inconsistent. I'm not a fan of the way Greg Land draws people's teeth, like they have this giant white mouth guard in, and everyone's teeth is also hyper white bricks. I'm excited to move back into team action with the next issue. Maybe seeing the Blue Beast versus the White Beast. That should be cool. Either way, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you real soon. Peace.